Okay, so it's Tuesday, February 26th, 2019, and I'm gonna do a quick video. I had basically a viewer request. A friend of mine, a colleague at work who watches my channel, said, "Hey man, you gonna do a video on the Brie Larson thing?" And I'm like, well, I was gonna wait till after the movie came out and then give my thoughts. But I guess there's enough news going about with regards to Brie Larson and her comments and the upcoming release of Captain Marvel that it bears some discussion. And I've had discussions with my close circle regarding the movie and regarding the actress. So it might be worth chiming in on. So if you haven't heard, apparently Brie Larson has made some comments that have gotten her a bit of hot water regarding the upcoming release of Captain Marvel. Apart from being an actress, she has opinions, which, you know, name an actor or actress that doesn't have opinions and feels the need to spout off on things nowadays. It used to be considered gauche, and it used to be considered not very smart from a career point of view to give your political beliefs in press junkets and at the Oscars and things like that. Now it's fashionable. So Brie Larson is no exception. I guess she has her opinion. She's a feminist and she has her point of view, and she doesn't shy away from opportunities to express it. I'm speaking specifically about her comments regarding the demographic makeup of reporters and press personnel that are going to be part of the press junket for Captain Marvel. She said, "I'm going to do my best to see that it's not dominated by white males." Never once looking to see what the demographic makeup of the press are with regards to entertainment. My guess is it's probably a pretty good mix of, people of color, women, men, that kind of thing. But she's essentially saying, look, I would like to, if I could, discriminate against white males for the purposes of this press junket. Why? Why would that be smart on your part? Why do you think that taking the demographic that basically goes and sees superhero movies, for the most part, they are the driving dollars behind superhero movies, why would you think that excluding press personnel from the junkets who belong to that demographic would be a good idea? I don't think Disney was very happy with the comments. Now, she later came out, I think it was either later or... No, I think it was after she took heat for it. She was at some sort of event, and she was up at the podium, and she was speaking, look, I don't hate white males. I just don't need them telling me that what problems they have with A Wrinkle in Time. The movie wasn't made for you. Like, can you believe the absolute arrogance of an actress saying shit like that? You shouldn't care who sees what movie. You should want as many people to see the movie you're in as possible. How arrogant and how short-sighted do you have to be? Is this going to be another example of get woke, go broke for Disney and the MCU? I hope not. I want to see it because I like the MCU, and I've seen every MCU movie going forward. I'll be honest, people have been criticizing the trailers. To me, it looks like every other trailer for every other movie in the MCU. In terms of what's revealed, what's shown. They've got a couple of, pieces of quippy dialogue. They show a few action scenes. They give you an idea of what things are going to be like when you get into the theater. But they don't give a lot away. People say, oh, it's boring. There's nothing in the trailer that gets me interested. Well, if you look at all the MCU trailers, they're all pretty much the same in that sense. They give you enough to tell you what's going on, right? And they have a couple of pieces of dialogue. They have a couple of action scenes. They show off the powers. They show off a few, the setting enough to give you an idea of what to expect in terms of the setting. And that's it. They're not, I think Marvel and Disney, they're banking on the fact that they've got a cash cow here, and the people who are interested in seeing these movies are going to see these movies. And the trailer is really just to sort of whet their appetite and give them an idea of their take on the material. It's not meant to say, we need to drive people into those seats. People are going to see those movies anyway. But apparently, I guess, the Rotten Tomatoes score, of course, there's no Rotten Tomatoes yet because it hasn't released, but there is a viewer interest score. And right now, the viewer interest score for it, the last I checked, was about 37 or something like that. And I think recently, I could be wrong, but I think it was Brie Larson who came out and tweeted that a bunch of misogynists went and downvoted Captain Marvel so that it had a low viewer interest score. Like, that's not how the viewer interest score works on Rotten Tomatoes. At least learn the critic site operating system. It's just people who registered an interest in seeing it. And right now it's at 37. And of course, I'm sure other people are going to be saying that Russian bots are responsible. She just keeps shooting herself in the foot and shooting Marvel and Disney in the foot at the same time. She's got to shut the fuck up about your politics. Shut the fuck up about... it's all ego, right? And it's the ego of the media elite. They think that because they are famous, they think that because people want to see them in movies and want to see them on red carpets, that somehow they're important. And somehow their opinions are important. It's fine to have a cause, right? It's fine to have political beliefs. But in terms of your career, you should shut the fuck up about it. When I'm speaking to people that I work with directly, I don't tell them my political beliefs because I've got a fucking job to do. And when you're out there on a press junket, you are marketing that film. So saying stupid shit like political crap, you're doing a disservice to, one, your own career, because you're gonna alienate a segment of your viewing audience, and you decided to alienate the biggest segment of your viewing audience. So stupid. And you're undermining the MCU and the franchise altogether. So I'm sure that her co-stars aren't fans of what she's been doing. I don't know. Hate Trump all you want, that's fine. But interjecting that into your marketing of your movie is a bad idea. Love feminism all you want. Interjecting it into your marketing for the movie, bad idea. Now, maybe she had some pointed questions asked of her regarding feminism, regarding, female empowerment, that sort of thing. But there's a way to gently and tactfully handle questions like that without going off the rails and shitting on a segment of the viewing audience. Now, people are saying that she's going to feature prominently in the Avengers Endgame story. How she's apparently she's going to be so OP that she's going to save the entire universe. Possibly, I don't know. Maybe that's the case. My concerns about Carol Danvers, Ms. Marvel, is that they're going to write her like they did Rey in Star Wars. She's going to be a Mary Sue. She's not going to have the hero's journey, where she has some, personal growth. They're going to show her overcoming things put in her way, of course, right? And my guess is that there's going to be some sort of feminist female empowerment storyline along that thread, and that's fine. I imagine that when I go into the theater, I'm going to hear a few things that are going to make my eyes roll. I have a feminist friend who's really psyched to see it, and I made a glib comment the other day when we were talking about it. Well, I said I'm kind of wary. I hear that I'm worried that it's not going to be too great, and she was like, "Well, I hear it's going to be awesome." And she's on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but I know what some of the tweets are that are praising this movie. And I made the glib comment. I said, "Well, yeah, of course you would. You're a feminist." And she says, "What does that have to do with anything?" That's not how she talks. I'm sorry if you see this video and you think I'm mocking you. And I guess she's just not aware of the criticism surrounding her comments, or some of the pre-release people who have seen it and have made certain comments in their reviews or in their tweets about it. Tim Pool does a pretty good extrapolation in how a lot of the comments, a lot of the tweets center around a cat. I guess there's a cat in it that has some funny scenes. They talk about how the cat steals the show. And Tim Pool joked about it. Did they make this movie for cat ladies? Anyway, you should check that video out. It's pretty good. He does a pretty good analysis of basically the early viewer responses, because I guess there's some people who have had pre-screenings and they've given some impressions of it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just wish actors would go back to the days of keeping their mouths shut about their politics. It doesn't do you any favors. Now, guys like Chris Pratt, they don't register their politics, but they do talk about how, they talk about their religious beliefs, they talk about their faith, and they get shit upon by the left-wing media and their cohorts in Hollywood for it. And he basically comes out in defense of them, right? He comes out in defense of his beliefs. But he doesn't use his platform as an activist, right? Now, there are those actors out there who, they find a cause, it becomes very important to them, and they, outside of their work in Hollywood, they get involved in organizations that help that cause. Great, good on you. And they even try and promote that cause when they have the opportunity to. But as soon as you start injecting your politics in terms of, your hatred for this group, or your dislike of a president, or your disfavor with certain groups because of your preconceived notions about them, or because you think that they don't deserve your time, like Brie Larson did, you know what? It's just, you may as well just smack yourself in the face with a hammer. Now, what are my thoughts on Brie Larson as an actress? I don't know. I'm not really familiar with a lot of her work. I don't follow celebrities and know all the things they've done. I mean, if you say, oh, what do you know about Samuel L. Jackson? I could probably rhyme off about 5 or 6 movies that I know he's been in, outside of the Marvel Universe. But a name like Brie Larson doesn't resonate with me. I don't know who she is. She's very plain Jane looking. She's not... You know what? She reminds me of what Amy Poehler would look like if Amy Poehler had a lot of cosmetic surgery. People are dissing Brie Larson for, her looks, her bland acting, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of her work. I don't really know if she's a good actress or not. She might be bland. Ellen Page is bland, but that hasn't hurt her career at all. At least Ellen Page is bland in Umbrella Academy. I liked her in Juno. But whatever. Anyway. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm looking forward to seeing it simply because it's another MCU movie, and I want to see where the Avengers storyline is going, the Endgame storyline is going. And she's going to feature prominently in it if, you know, if the end of Infinity War is any indication. So yeah, in that sense, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm expecting to see my eyes, you know, I'm going to see some scenes or hear some comments or hear some dialogue that are going to make my eyes roll, in particular about the, you know, female empowerment, go girl power, that kind of stuff. Fine. That, it just doesn't resonate with me, is what I'm saying, I guess. And it seems a little ham-handed to have it in a movie. There's subtler ways to promote female empowerment in a movie than saying, let's show these boys how it's done. But whatever. I didn't write the script. We'll see what happens. I'll watch the movie. And actually, after the movie, I'll give my review. So this will be a two-part, I guess, video. This one will be basically my reservations about the movie and my problems with Brie Larson's comments, of course. And then I'll do a review after the movie. I don't normally do movie reviews on this channel, but I'll do a movie review after I see it. And I'll let you know if my suspicions were warranted. I'll let you know if my predictions came true. Anyway, I'm just about at work. I don't know what else to say about this, so I'm going to end it here. I'm at a red light anyway. So thanks all. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Share it with your friends. Tell them all. Yada, yada, yada. Talk to you later.